So Kerry, can you talk a little bit more about the mail-in ballot process?
Sure. The vote by mail process is already starting.
Mhm.
We already mailed out about 850 ballots for
Okay.
people that requested them because they have received the postcard from the state, and that tells you or that asks you if you want to vote by mail. In the state primary, which is September 3rd, or the state election, presidential election, November 5th. But that's how it will look on the postcard.
Okay.
You have to put down which party you'd like if you're unenrolled. And I liken that to the best in show. Dog shows is where I go. So in September, if you are unenrolled, which means no party, you have to choose Democrat, Republican, or Libertarian. I have 3 ballots I can send to you. It's up to you which ballot you get. So you have to tell me which ballot you want me to send to you. Then we take those 3 ballots, those candidates that are on those ballots, and they narrow them down to 1. So instead of all the golden retrievers vote are on the ballot in September, then we have to pick 1 best in show to go on to November. And if you are a Democrat, you are only going to get this ballot. You don't even have an option.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get this ballot. And as I said, if you're a libertarian, you're only going to get this ballot, because I have had some calls from people saying there's nobody on my ballot. So
Right.
that is true.
Hmm.
So just remember, we're communicating. You're just telling me which ballot you want me to send. And if you did request a ballot for November, but did not request one for September, the
Mm-hmm.
state doesn't want to leave you out. So they sent another postcard with just this: please send me a primary ballot, because they noticed you didn't sign up to vote by mail. But you can't send it back like this either and say you want to vote in the primary, because you're unenrolled. So you have to tell me which ballot to send. They ask for your phone number. Put your phone number on, or your email, because I have to send this person a letter. So they'll know that I can't send you a ballot unless you pick which ballot you want. I'm not asking you to pick a party. I'm asking you to pick a ballot. You're
Mm-hmm.
still going to be unenrolled.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It is too late to receive a ballot to register by mail. Is that correct?
It is not. You can request a mail-in ballot up until August 26th at 5 p.m., which I believe is a Monday, August 26th. As long as it's postmarked by August 26th or dropped off, you can get a vote by mail application or a vote by mail ballot. I would request dropping it off here, because
Mm-hmm.
it is a holiday weekend. So I would definitely try to get that. I would bring it in.
Yes. Um, but say I didn't fill that postcard out yet, and I'm like, oh shoot, I meant to do that.
Yep. You can come in and get some on my website, townoflenox.com. You go to the town clerk page. I have applications right there. You can print one out, or you can email me with a signature and just say, Kerry, I am traveling. I won't be around. Can you send me a mail-in ballot? So you could apply that way. I just need your signature.
And that process, the deadline for that process is August 26th.
Yes, yes.
And then the ballot that you've now received
Mhm.
has to be postmarked.
By Tuesday, or no, the ballot has to be back here in the well, nope, it's not going into the precinct because you are a vote by mail. So you chose not to enter the precinct, which is the auditorium. It's called the
Okay.
precinct auditorium. Here in Lenox, it's the same thing. We have a drop box in the office and in the lobby. That's where you would drop off your ballot. So if I mail it to you on Monday, the 26th,
Mm-hmm.
you may not fill it out until the morning of September 3rd and say, oh, I didn't drop this off yet and I've got to go. I have time. Or Friday, you either drop it off in the office or in the mail slot.
Okay. So you have up until the
8
actual,
o'clock Tuesday night. Mhm.
now if you must have a list then of people who requested mail-in ballots.
Yes, I do.
Say I find out, oh, I don't have to make that trip. I'm going to go in on Tuesday and I'm going to walk into the auditorium. I'm going to walk into my precinct and vote.
You may.
Okay.
Just leave your ballot home, shred it. That's no problem. You can
Okay.
shred your ballot and you come in and vote. And it will say that you requested a vote by mail. It will come up that you've requested a vote by mail. So they will check to make sure it didn't come in, you didn't drop it off, and you can vote in person. Absolutely. It's no problem. It will
Okay.
take 2 minutes to check to make sure that they didn't pass because we keep it up to date continuously. So it's very easy. People do that all the time.
Yeah, I think that's important to point out because we know, especially when we get to the general election, the state election as opposed to the state primary, I guess is the way to properly term that, is we want people to be reassured that it's not vote early and often here.
Oh, no, there is, and you can come in actually and watch the process. You can see us process a ballot. You can see us when we get the mail and how it works. We have our state computer, which is not hooked up to the internet at all. So we update, the mail comes in, we update all the ballots we got in. We update if they've been rejected because sometimes that happens. We contact that person. And another thing you can do is on our website, you can track your ballot. You can track your ballot and see if it's been accepted or sometimes it could be rejected. So that's an option as well.
Okay. Let's ask the next question, which is, what are we voting for in the state primary?
The state primary has this is where I talk about the golden retrievers and you have to find the best in show. For instance, this year we lost our state representative on the Democratic side. So on our ballot, we have our candidates for state representative. And we have to narrow these candidates down to the one who's going to come and be on the ballot. There is no Republican candidate for state rep, but there is for senator in Congress and senator in general court. And again, I said there's no libertarians on the ballot. So you do have options for senator in Congress and senator in general court. But you also could write in, if you have a candidate you want to write in, that's always an option as well. So here in Lenox, you're going to see Lee Davis, Jamie Minacci, and Patrick White for the state rep ballot. And I bet you're going to wonder why Mary Beth Mitz is not on this ballot. And because she is an unenrolled. She's not in a party. So she's not going to appear on a Democratic ballot. So whoever comes out with the most votes on the Democratic ballot will face the unenrolled candidate, Mary Beth Mitz, in November.
Okay.
And may I say one more thing? This is important also.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to the postcards, you received these postcards in February, let's say.
Okay.
There's a handful of you out there that were not in Lenox in February. So you signed up for all elections with your out-of-town address, your second home address. So we're mailing, though, these primaries ballots for September to your other address. And they're coming back because you're not there, and they can't forward them because we can't just send them everywhere. So if you have not received your mail-in ballot and wonder, where is it? It went to your Florida address or your Arizona address. So you need to make sure you're telling us not just which party, but where you want us to mail it. Because remember, these came out in February. So I'm also sending you those or calling you. So I'm trying to get in touch with you and telling you your ballot has been rejected.
But they could come to the town hall and say, hey, how come I didn't get my postcard?
Yeah, they can call. Absolutely, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you can say, well, here's the application.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Or you could see that it got rejected if you look on the website, track your ballot, you're going to see that your ballot was rejected. So you're going to want to contact us. I can't go into specifics, but there are state Republican parties that can help, or state committees for the Republican Party that can help you. We have state committees and a local Democratic committee that can help you to get to know the candidates a little better. So please, if you are confused about who these people are, just call up some of the state or local committees, and they would be happy to introduce you to ways to get to the candidates so you can learn about them and take part in the primary process.
Okay.
Clear as mud?
Clear as mud. Yeah.
So you'll call me. I want people to call me. And that's you may get this from Boston, but we're right here. You can call or email me anytime if you have questions, and they're not silly questions. If you have any questions at all, Kay is in the office. She's our registrar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the office, and we're here to answer questions. It's postcards, voting by mail, voting in person. The new law just came into effect in 2022. We just got out of COVID, then we've got a new voting act. So there's bound to be questions. And the primary in Massachusetts, it does seem to confuse some people, and that's perfectly fine. That's why we're here to answer those questions. So please just let us know.